Saint Lucia was at the forefront of this movement. In fact, the only place that had liberal cannabis laws was the city of Amsterdam, when we submitted our project proposal in 1998 requesting permission to do research trials with industrial hemp.
The road for pro-Ganja activists in Saint Lucia has been long and arduous, filled with broken campaign promises and disappointment, as other territories seemingly surpass attempts in Saint Lucia at cannabis law reform. Interim president of THC Little Boy Cooperative, Andre Dekeris, has criticized the current UWP administration's perceived lack of impetus in formulating legislation to decriminalize cannabis, as many of St. Lucia's neighbors appear to make leaps and bounds in regulation.
Jamaica, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Kitts, Nevis, Antigua, Barbuda, Trinidad and Tobago, Dominica and Barbados have all been able to pass bills that decriminalize in one way or another. Yet, this present administration that has made a campaign promise of cannabis law reform to the people have not been able to make one step forward.
Pro-Ganja reformists here are agitating for a full-fledged cannabis industry in St. Lucia. This much, Dekeris says, is needed for research and development at scale.
In spite of 22 years of advocacy, 7 years of 420 marches, a CARICOM cannabis report, support from the opposition, support from the Police Welfare Association, national and regional polls, a white paper from the cannabis movement in collaboration with the Ayatollah Council for the Advancement of Rastafari, who, by the way, are the experts in the field when it comes to cannabis, a local commission that had a price tag of $100,000 and that submitted a comprehensive and detailed report, a detailed report by the Malaysian consultants Permandu with a price tag of approximately $800,000, all suggesting that cannabis law reform is a must. This administration is unable to make a move up to daylight today.
Dekeris alleges the lack of transparency has unnerved the pro-Ganja community, who fear the movement has been hijacked by foreign corporate interests. This, he says, has provided the motivation to detail what a genuine cannabis industry should look like in St. Lucia.
We would like you to imagine an agricultural system much like how the banana industry was originally set up. That is with the SLBGA, the St. Lucia Banana Growers Association, being the central purchasing agency. But in the case of the cannabis industry, the cooperative would be that central purchasing agency. The final intention is for the cooperative to become a cooperative credit union. Unlike the banana industry, though, which failed to add value to the raw material, the cooperative intends to acquire an oil extraction plant and facility. So we will not only generate revenue by the sale of raw material, but by producing CBD oil for local use, as well as for use in a massive export market.
Dekeris says the cannabis industry should be governed by a list of protocols, including the caveat that 1. No foreigner will be allowed to grow cannabis commercially. 2. Initially, no grower will be able to grow more than 1 acre. 3. A living wage will be established within the industry. And 4. A contracted price per pound will be arranged prior to planting. These steps, he says, are to ensure a well-regulated industry that benefits traditional cultivators of the potentially lucrative cash crop. Solange Alfred, HCS News Force.